This is the Messiah channel. We are an end-time prophetic channel. Whilst we are preparing for the second coming of our Lord and Savior, the Messiah, Yeshua Jesus Christ, we also alert the children of God about what is going on. The awakening of the Hebrew is important. The Hebrews who are scattered all over the world. The time is very important. This time, we are approaching the end of the world. Judgment is coming, and the agents of darkness are very busy. They have their target, and they are doing their things in secret. It's important for the children of God to be awakened so that we can expose the works of the dark kingdom, what they are doing behind the scenes. They are doing experiments behind the scenes, and they are targeting people for destruction. They did it 100 years ago, 200 years ago, 400 years ago, but now the light has come, and so we have to be watchful of all the things that they are doing, targeting people for destruction. And that's why we are dedicating this video to Kenya, an African nation. Is Kenya targeted for destruction? And I'm asking this question because of what is happening in Kenya, particularly regarding women, regarding children. I'll focus on three issues. The first one is NGO activities in Kenya. It was reported through one of the videos that I watched that two NGOs, non-governmental organizations in Kenya, they were found to be engaging in sterilization of women. And women go to the clinic, and then without their consent, without their knowledge, doctors do procedures with the intent to sterilize the woman so that they wouldn't be able to have children. And one of them was a youngster, a lady who went to a hospital, a clinic in Kenya, and the doctor did a procedure on her, and the doctor intentionally did the procedure in order to sterilize this lady. And the lady didn't know. The lady complained about problems later, went to the hospital, and the doctor told her, "You don't have a womb." And she said, "Why don't I have a womb?" And the doctor said that your womb has been taken out. And that is the first time the lady knew that she had been sterilized by a doctor when she went to a hospital the other time. And apart from the physical defects that she suffered, she also suffered because she suffered other harms because her fiancé left her because the fiancé wanted to have children. And when it came out that the lady has been sterilized, Then the fiancé said, I cannot be with you any longer because I had to have children. 4 women were involved in this sterilization, and they went to court in Kenya, and the court awarded damages for each of the 4 women who had been sterilized by doctors, Kenyan doctors, without their consent. The judgment is very little, and I wish the doctors had been sued in United States. The court in Kenya awarded them damages of $20,000 each. 20,000. I don't know whether you will accept $20,000 for your womb to be destroyed. I don't know if the woman is happy about the judgment. The judgment is very little compared to the harm done to the women who were sterilized without their consent. 2 NGOs in this process of sterilizing women in Kenya. And that's why I'm asking the question, is Kenya targeted for destruction? And this is the first episode. The second episode involves vaccinations given to children in Kenya. And it's reported that in the school, Mukumu Girls School in Kenya, and those of you who live in Kenya, probably you know the school, Mukumu Girls School. An incident occurred where, as a result of vaccination, 2 students died and 500 were hospitalized. Now, it happened in Kenya in the school Mukumu Girls High School in Kenya. 2 students died. These are children, young people died, and 500 were hospitalized as a result of getting something in their body. Is Kenya targeted for destruction? And the last episode involves malaria vax that was given to children in Kenya. The malaria vax was free, and the parents in Kenya did not suspect any foul deal in this malaria vaccine that was given to them. They took it, and the effect is very bad. It's very bad because not long, few months after taking the malaria quote-unquote vaccine, the school children developed unexplainable effects. They developed some effects. They suffered unexplained paralysis. If you take a vax for malaria, and then all of a sudden you are paralyzed, what will you do? How many people are paralyzed? Almost 100 school children who took malaria vaccine are reported to have suffered unexplained paralysis. They are paralyzed and they cannot explain why it is so. And of course, definitely, you don't need a rocket scientist to tell you why that happened. They took a malaria vaccine, and then not long after that, they suffered paralysis that is unexplained. 100 children are involved. The next question probably you need to answer is who gave them the vaccine. And as you are aware, we are in an era of, I don't know what to say. We are in an era of control. And so there are certain information that is difficult to send out. But the vaccine, the malaria vaccine that was given to the children in Kenya that caused paralysis among hundreds of them, the vaccine was given to them free by the billionaire that you know, American billionaire, who is a philanthropist, and he is an expert on health issues, and he's globetrotting the world, giving free vaccines. And this American billionaire, the white man billionaire in America, he's giving free vaccines to black people in Africa. And so the question is Kenya a target for destruction? And I like Kenya for several reasons. Definitely is an African nation. Kenya is a nation of proud people. Kenya was a settler colony. When I say a settler colony, I refer to a country where the colonizer decided to settle. Kenya is one of them. Zimbabwe is one of them. Zimbabwe was Rhodesia. The European decided to stay permanently in Rhodesia. The European decided to stay permanently in Kenya. And so the politics in Kenya, the politics in Zimbabwe was different because these are African colonies that for some reason the European decided to take, to settle there permanently and use Kenya and Zimbabwe as their own nation. And the Kenyans resisted this domination. And the proud women in Kenya led the Mau Liberian that led to the independence of Kenya. Kenya is important for the West, the same way that Zimbabwe was important for the West, because the European imperialists regarded these countries as part of Europe. And all attempts were made to westernize Kenya. And Kenya is a gateway to Africa culturally, politically, economically. Attempts were made to use Kenya to encircle Uganda, to encircle Tanzania to showcase what capitalism can do in Africa, because they always use Kenya as a model of capitalism to justify Western intrusion into Africa. They will compare the capitalist economy of Kenya with the socialist economy of Tanzania to make a point. In the same way, the Western powers used South Korea to showcase what capitalism can do in comparison to communist North Korea. And now we see Kenya being targeted for destruction. If an NGO is operating in Kenya, and I believe it's a foreign NGO or an NGO that has support from outsiders, and they are targeting women to sterilize them so that they cannot have babies. And they are doing it without the consent of the innocent Kenyan women. And when this atrocity was revealed, they only got judgment in the amount of $20,000 each. But the harm is already done. The women can no longer have babies. 2023, this is what is happening in Kenya. And Kenya again is a target for destruction, as malaria vaccines given to children has resulted in paralysis of school children, 100 of them. And this time the vaccine comes from a famous billionaire white American philanthropist who is known over the world for his philanthropy. And this donor, this billionaire, is the one who predicted that a lot of Africans will die in 2020 as a result of the pandemic. Africans didn't die, and this man, billionaire, was put to shame. But now we see malaria vaccine causing unexplained paralysis in Kenya. Children in Kenya, 100 of them. Now, this information was reported by Now the End Begins, which is an end-time organization. Is Kenya targeted for destruction? Now, Kenya is a target for tourism, and this tourism business is an avenue to destroy the moral fiber of Kenya, as they are trying to force Kenya to adopt LGBT lifestyles, the same way that they are trying to get all African nations to adopt LGBT sodomized lifestyle. Is Kenya a target for destruction? And this question is also relevant as Kenya was chosen by Barack Hussein Obama to be one of the places to champion the call for transgenderism. and same-sex marriage. And Kenya also is one of the targets chosen by Barack Hussein Obama for abortion. And in the case of Kenya, Barack Hussein Obama lobbied the Kenyan government, lobbied the Kenyan people to amend their constitution in order to legalize abortion, which more or less is killing of innocent babies. And the policy is similar to the policy of the Planned Parenthood movement association that has established clinics in black neighborhoods in the United States with the intent of depopulating black people. And that's why I'm asking the question, target for destruction. Is Kenya targeted for destruction? Is Africa targeted for destruction? Is the black community in the world targeted for destruction? This question is prophetically important as we are waiting for the gathering of the scattered children of Jacob, Hebrews who are scattered all over the world. And before their time of regathering, Lucifer's agents will do whatever it takes to take out the population, depopulate the children of Jacob, whether through abortion, as Barack tried to do in Kenya, and whether through sterilization, as NGOs are now doing in Kenya, and whether through malaria vax injections, as the old man, the rich man, the billionaire, the philanthropist, and the global experts on pandemic is doing in Kenya. It's important for you to awake, to know the time that we are in. We are in the end times. We are in the times when the activities of Lucifer is coming to an end. His agents are aware of that. They have a target year 2030, and they have to do all they can to complete their mandate. Trojan horse fear the Greeks when they come with gifts. That's why if you are an African, if you're a black man, you're a black woman, whatever you are, fear anything that they give to you which is free, because all that glitters is not gold. The malaria vax and the unexplained paralysis in Kenya, the deaths in Mukumu Girls School in Kenya, and the sterilization of women in Kenya by NGOs in Kenya lead to the question, is Africa a target for destruction? Is Kenya a target for destruction? I'm leaving the links of this video in the description box, and I urge you to subscribe to the channel and share the message to all the four corners of the earth. The end time is a period of awakening, awakening for your salvation, and awakening for your safety. Your safety is very, very important. agents of Lucifer are planning to take you out before your time. They are trying to destroy you, and they are doing things overtly and covertly by giving you gifts, which are not gifts, but they are all plans of the agents of Lucifer. The manifesto of Satan is to steal, kill, and destroy. But the agents of Lucifer will not do anything less than that manifesto. And that's why you have to fear the Greeks when they come with gifts. It could be Trojan horse. Thank you for watching this video. And the people of Kenya, the people of Africa, the black communities all over the world, you must be on the alert and don't let them try any experiments on your body, whether they come in darkness or they come in daylight. Thank you.